Welcome to My Opinion here on My Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. And this morning, upon the hearing of my voice, we have much to give God thanks for. So many persons went to bed last night with the dreams and aspiration of getting up this morning are not numbered among the living. So as long as we're breathing, whether we're struggling, whether we got health issues, whatever the circumstances might be, we still have a lot to give God thanks for because we're numbered among the living. Now this morning, we want to look at the government and its plan to introduce mandatory sentences for illegal possession of firearms. Now, we all know that the Prime Minister had made it clear before Parliament that if it was up to him alone, persons would get life imprisonment for illegal possession of firearm. Also, DCP Bailey made it very clear his stance as it relates to that. And we all know that over a period, Jamaica has seized over 100 firearms so far between January and February to date. Over 135 murders have been committed already. And the figures continue to be disturbing. Even though, in comparison to last year, murders were down. Now, 85% of murders in Jamaica have been committed with illegal firearm. That's the statistics that has been proven. So the government is trying to pass legislation in the House of Parliament so that we have tougher gun laws to deal with the upsurge in criminality. And for once, we look as if we're stepping in the right direction. Now, we don't want this to be just talk without action. We want things to be done, and we want things to happen because criminals are getting away with just a slap on the wrist, and the next minute they are out, they create mayhem. The other day, the police found 13 weapons in Trelawney, 10 at the National Stadium, 3 yesterday, or day before yesterday in Montego Bay. So, the push is on from the Constabulary Force and they're doing a wonderful job. And we must applaud the men and women of the Jamaica Constabulary Force as they push to rid the country of criminality. I am not sure I'm going to do my checks because recently, a couple years ago, used to have the Lasco Police Officer of the Year award. I don't know if it's because of Corona, but I haven't heard of it for quite some time now. Now I'm going to read from the Jamaica Gleaner. And it says the government is proposing a new mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years in prison for offenders convicted of illegal possession of firearm. The maximum penalty of life imprisonment remains. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang yesterday proposed the change. The bill introduces a much more robust framework, he said. Previously, there was no minimum sentence for firearm possession, which means judges had to use their discretion consistent with the sentencing guidelines. Chang said the government was anxious to enact the new law and today named the members of the lower house who will sit on a joint select committee to review the law. Committee members from the Senate will be named soon. However, opposition leader Mark Golding said the new bill was a deliverable under the Crime Oversight Monitoring Committee. However, he said he was happy it was happening now as long as we are operating within the confines of our Constitution. Matters are seriously affected. The safety of the nation must be met with serious and appropriate proportional responses. So based on the utterances of Mark Golding, it would want to suggest that we are all on the same page. And to my surprise, I haven't read the Constitution and the law of Jamaica for quite a while. But I didn't even realize that there was no minimum sentence for firearm. That is why the lawyers can manipulate the justice system. The judges can give you a slap on the wrist. And these criminals consistently flout the law. Now, with the bill that is before the Parliament, proposing a minimum of 15 years, which I can agree with, or even more. But my problem is if they get 15 years, I don't want any early parole. As a law-abiding citizen in Jamaica, when a man is found with an illegal firearm, we are not talking about parole at this time. 15 years the minimum. If parole is to be given, it must be like 10, 12 years. We have to let criminals understand that we are serious about our country. We have to let criminals aware that there's a pushback against them. Montego Bay hot, Westmoreland hot. These are areas that the influx of weapons. And listen, another situation that the government must find law to protect is our borders, our wharves, and our seaport. How some of these weapons are being transported into our country. And another thing that is of serious concern to us is that every time there's a big siege of firearms anywhere, we can't find out who is the mastermind behind all of this. If America needs someone in Jamaica, they work with the Jamaican authorities and the person is extradited. Why can't we work with America that when we find illegal weapons and we trace it to America, America help us find the culprit and send them to Jamaica so we can punish them? Too much loopholes is in our law. We need stricter legislation, and this is a pat on the back so far. We like to see what's taking place, but we just don't want this to start and stop right here, because this legislation could be hanging in the parliament for years. We want these things to go through very quickly. Just like the other day they called an emergency sitting of the parliament to pass through the Road Traffic Act. We want an emergency sitting of the parliament to pass through this gun act. Criminals must know that we are serious. Criminals must be fearless. Must be fearful, rather. The police force must be fearless. Too much criminals get away when they are found with illegal firearms. We need to put more stress on them. Criminals must see their bed and afraid to sleep in it. Family members must be afraid to harbor criminals. These are the way our laws should be set up. But let me know what you think. It's a step in the right direction. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe and hit that notification button. And you can also find me on My Opinion TV on Facebook, and also Chat to Me on Facebook. So there's a page called Chat to Me on Facebook. You can always join up and be a member. And let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click notification bell. And look out for a neighbor, look out for a loved one, look out for the children. And most of all, keep it locked on My Opinion TV.